You ready?
Yes, sir.
Come on out. In order.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the publishing of the promotion order. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Major Joshua M. Olson. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Major Olson is promoted to the grade of Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force, effective 1 December 2010, by order of the Secretary of Air Force.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Barbara, will you please come up to pin on the new rank? Unfortunately, due to ill health, Josh's mother Terry couldn't be here today to pin him on. So on her behalf, will Josh's godmother, Mary Rita Sayers, and mother-in-law, Mrs. Susan Blank, come to pin him on. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as Major General Scott administers the oath of office to Lieutenant Colonel Olson.
I state your full name.
I, Joshua Michael Olson,
Having been appointed Lieutenant Colonel of the United States Air Force,
having been appointed Lieutenant Colonel of the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
I solemnly swear that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely,
That I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my distinct honor to present to you Lieutenant Colonel Josh Olson.
Thank you very much. General Scott, thanks for the wonderful words. And you and Mrs. Scott have been an inspiration to Barb and I, and wonderful role models. Thank you for not firing me. So thanks for all that you do and teaching us so many lessons about family. General Hawkins, thanks for your words of inspiration. Sir, thanks for hiring me and taking a chance once upon a time. And again, Barb and I can't thank you enough for all that you do. General Jackson, General Miller, thank you much for taking time out of your schedule and be a part of the total force and teaching me so much. General Robinson, thank you, man, for inspiring me and teaching me how to lead with my heart. And there's many people that you inspire, especially him. You know, inspiration is kind of a funny thing because there's so many times where we're inspired, you know, people are inspired by money. Sometimes you're inspired by success, but there's few people that are, and the people that I love are people that are inspired by serving others. And you know, that inspiration can be, you know, teachers, doctors, nuns, nurses, and it's such a rare thing to find people that are inspired. And so to my military family, I can't thank you enough for serving. To my other families that have been role models and teach me how and who inspire me, I am very humbled to stand in front of these selfless servants. We talk about integrity, excellence, and service before self, and this room of people and in this hall is truly service before self, and I thank you much. Now, I promised to keep this short because the only way I could get my reserve brothers here was to bribe them with free food. So that's why everybody's in the back, and I'll keep it as short as I can. But I do want to send out a couple of real special thanks. First, in Isaiah 6, it's interesting because the Lord puts out a pretty tough question. He says, who shall I send? Who will go in front of us? And here, my military family have answered that call, and their families and their wives and kids have answered that call over and over and over again. I can't thank you enough for answering that call, for taking care of my wife when I was deployed, for raising my kids. When Luke was born, once upon a time, here's Barb pushing, and I won't say who, but somebody brought me a burrito, and I can't thank you. And that's what this is about. You guys have raised my kids, and this is an amazing family that we belong and we're a part of, and I can't thank you enough. Now I've also got pretty fortunate to have a pretty big chunk of family, both on my side and my wife's side, even though they're Buckeyes. But I can't thank you guys enough. I know we've talked about this many times, but you guys continually are here. This is an amazing journey that we have, and we couldn't do it without you, your constant support and love. And at a moment, drop of a hat, you guys are here. I don't know if it's because of the parties or just because we're such a great, wonderful family. But I can't thank you, and I admire each and every one of you very much. Lastly, and by far the most important, Winston Churchill once talked about making a life, and he said, making a living is what you get, but making a life is what you give. And I can't think of 3 people who've given me a better life than my wife and 2 kids. And that life's pretty amazing. And they make this journey because they serve and they give more than anybody I know. So thank you. I told Barb I promised I would keep it short because she didn't want to hear me talk about it. But I do have a couple of small things for them. First, to my daughter Alexa, who is an absolutely beautiful young lady, and Luke and Alexa, I am very proud of both of you for just who you are. And Alexa, I want to be the first boy that ever gives you flowers, and hopefully the last. Now, Luke is quite a playmaker. He loves football more than his mom and I. And hopefully this will keep you from breaking windows and gives us something to play catch with and as we continue this military journey in Ramstein. And lastly, by far the most important. If you hear anything I say today, this is the most important. Barb, thank you. I love you to death. You're my best friend. You serve our country more than any of us. Both by raising our kids and keeping up and putting up with me. I know that I have forgotten flowers many, many times, and I know that I will forget flowers many more times. But here's a small token of my love. Thanks.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Olson. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the formal portion of today's ceremony. Please rise, remain standing as we sing the Air Force song and for the departure of the official party. You are invited to a small reception in the Air Force Art Gallery, 1 floor up. Thank you for attending.
Down. die, running away from